Hi Sagittarius, and welcome to your energy reading for the week the beginning the 17th of April 2017. I'm going to throw the 2 dice, and we've got a 3 and a 6. The 3 reverts back to the Empress in the Major Arcana. Now the Empress can talk to Venus, can talk to all the aspects of love and Venus, so it could be, we're looking at partnerships, we're looking at the feminine attribute, we're looking at us feeling like we're in our power this week. We know who we are, we know what we're capable of, and that's paired with the 6. Now the 6 talks of the lovers, so it could be that we're looking at love relationships this week, Saggy. Our personal connections, not necessarily with our partner. It could be with family, it could be with friends, but personal connections. The 6 in the Major of the lovers talks to a Gemini, so there could be a Gemini around us at the moment. The 3rd house is ruled by a Cancer, by Gemini, and that also covers areas of communication, travel, transportation, neighbours, siblings, and self-expression. So again, they could be areas that we're looking into. The 6th house is ruled by Virgo, and that talks about health and service, general well-being, domestic pets, relations in work. And when we add them all together, we get the 9th house, which is your own house, Sagittarius. It's what you rule. And it's long distance travel, voyages, foreigners, unknown journeys, physical and mental journeys too. So we could be travelling within ourselves to find answers this week, but we could be travelling, finding the truth and broadening of our horizons, and it can talk of higher education. 9 in the Major Arcana brings us to the Hermit, and the Hermit does talk of the Virgo again, but it talks about taking time out to listen to our own inner guidance, turning our GPS on and assessing our own intuition, listening to that and gaining insight on the situation. So maybe there is a bit of a reflective time this week that we are looking at. So can I have the 2nd card for the first die? Oh, sorry, the 3rd card for the first die, please. The 3rd card for the first die for Saggy. And we have the World. Can we have the 6th card for the 2nd die, please? The 6th card. So the World, it's the completion, it's the end of the tarot cycle. A chapter is done. It's now time to set off on a new chapter in life, not just a new cycle. There's been a completion. We've done and we've completed something, and it's time to set our sights on moving forward. The World does talk to Saturn, and there's a lot of Saturn energy around at the moment, and it's a bit tricky energy. So if there is something that comes along this week that could get you back fired up and you want to react, really think about it. Try your best not to react in a negative, aggressive or forceful way. This situation probably does need patience, negotiation, and finding a better footing to work out than sounding off or blasting off, because that's just going to create another situation that then needs sorting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And a brand new beginning. Well, then 2 cards speak to each other totally. When we get to the World, we expect to revert back to the Fool and start again. Can I have the 9th card for the combination of both numbers, please? So we have ended a cycle, and it's a successful cycle. We don't get to the world and a completion unless we've learnt our lesson and we've done it right. So there's something being learnt in the run up to these energies, which is opening us up to a brand new beginning, position of trusting our intuition and being able to take a leap of faith into the unknown, and start another cycle. The world is sat on the 3. I always look at the 3 as growth and expansion. If we've completed this chapter, then we have grown. We have learnt things. And the Fool is covered by the 6, which is harmony and balance. We are harmony. We're at peace in starting a new chapter in our life. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the 9th card is the 6 of Wands, which talks of success. A successful completion of a project, but a success that others recognise too, and we're being rewarded for our success. Other people are seeing how far we've come in a situation. So, to be honest, a great set of cards for the week, Saggy. So we go with the World. As I say, the World is a completion. We've got to a point of whatever karmic lesson we've been repeating and repeating until we've got right, we've done it. It talks of success, completion, celebrations. It could be a celebration of some kind. It talks of new beginnings and travel again. There was a lot of travel mentioned in your houses this week from the numbers on the dice. It talks about motivation and renewal. So maybe we've just got the energy and the will and the want to start again. You know, close the book on this chapter, knowing that we have learnt our lessons. We've completed the chapter right, and it's time to move on to a new beginning, which the World does talk of a new beginning, but is paired up straight away with the Fool. And the Fool talks about taking that risk, being in the energy of our innocence, wanting to make a hasty departure somewhere, excited and enthusiastic about going somewhere. So we could be travelling. We could be travelling the world. We could be planning a holiday. But it talks about new pathways, discoveries, journeys again, and a sense of starting over, a sense of knowing this is a new chapter, knowing this cycle has finished. We don't have to worry about any more tests coming up on that cycle. It's completed. We've got the growth and we've learnt. There's a new opportunity that awaits us now, and it's time to follow destiny. All we have to do is be practical about it and check that our dreams are tangible enough to pursue. We're not going to be distracted by other people at this time. We're listening to our intuition, which is this dolphin here, and we're following. I love in this deck the little snippet that it gives of advice. Look before you leap. Yes, well, we all know that one, don't we? Look before you leap. And if you like what you see, dive right in. We have the peace, balance, harmony die on there. So that gives all good feelings towards the movement forward on this new project, or what you're feeling passionate about, or what has inspired you to move forward. And this adjoining card is the 6 of Wands. Well, we've already got the 6 in the die, the success and completion. Now the 6 of Wands does talk about us acknowledging that we've reached a point where we can celebrate what we've done, but others do celebrate and see it too. It's a brilliant success. But it's a result of hard work and resilience. Others, from this card, others will see you shining light and appreciate what you've done, how you've come. You might get acknowledgement in work with this card. You could be attending a presentation, a graduation, a ceremony, or a prize giving. You could receive financial rewards or help with this card to help you celebrate. It couldn't be an offer of love or a new romance or a proposal of marriage. But it talks about victory, education, awards, love proposals, promotion, strength and ceremony. So in general, a really, really good card, which all three are. I would say, Sagittarius, regarding this week's energy, you should be able to waltz through it. Out of 3 cards, we've got 2 major, the beginning and the start of the tarot, which does signify a massive completion of cycle and starting of a new one, and successfully done. It's time to pat yourself on the back, appreciate how far you've come, what you've got through, and where you are as to where you can go now, and start a new cycle and build something new. 3 cards from the mini tarot of the mermaids, and we have the 7 of Pentacles, the 8 of Wands, and the 2 of Swords. Now the 7 of Pentacles, talks about assessment. It talks about there's a lot to be gained when 7s appear, and it shows when we reach 7 that your dedication, your determination is starting to pay off. We can get a glimpse of the rewards that will come when we reap the 10 completion in this situation. There's potential with success with this card. It can bring a strong sense of success, and it brings a strong message that efforts will be worthwhile. It talks about not doubting your abilities or the path that you've chosen, so keep on going. It talks of money, perseverance, dedication, investments of time and success. And that is next to the 8 of Wands. Now the 8 of Wands in majority of decks is referred to as the arrows of love, and it talks about a lot of communication. It can be a lot of emails, text messages, communication coming in thick and fast, or events moving around you thick and fast. All aspects of life, from love to family, work to creative projects, they sort of speed up. If there have been delays, there's no more delays in situations. Words are turned into actions and movement starts. Projects and travel plans fire up again. So we've talk of travel again here. But you can find yourself in a position where there's more emails, more calls, more social engagements than you've had previously. So a busy week this week. It's an exciting but bewildering time as well, because there's so much happening at once, and you could be in constant demand this week. There is some advice with this card, and that's take a breath before saying yes to every option that is put in front of you. Choose carefully, and you won't waste energy or spend time running around in circles. But it does talk of communication, speed, motivation, action, excitement and movement. And that's next to the 2 of Swords. Now the 2 of Swords talks about a decision. I can say the word. A decision needing to be made. it talks about being at a crossroads, and you can't go down either path until you've made a decision. There's tension and indecision when this card turns up. You know, we are indecisive. We can't make our mind up, and it's causing us a bit of tension. It's causing us doubt. It's causing us uncertainty. Maybe we've felt in a stalemate situation. Maybe we've felt stuck, disconnected, or that there's blocks in the way. It can be a situation that's not even of your own making, but you've ended up being in, and you're going to have to make the decision about either staying in or moving away from, or which way it's got to go. It can also talk of a decision that is blatantly there to see and we're not willing to look at. But I think next to the 8 of Wands and the 7 of Wands, the 7 of Pentacles, it's saying when making decisions in the future, weigh up where we're putting our energy, and if it's a place where our energy it's worth investing. We're coming back to this, assessing how far we've come and how far we've got to go. So it may just be in general, these 3 cards are fantastic. So it may just be telling us to, in future, keep in mind that assess the situations around us, see if they are worth investing our time and energy into, and making a decision on that before going in and investing the time, the energy to find out it's not actually going to go anywhere. There could very well be a decision that has to be made, but if that's the case, it will be a successful decision and a brand new start in an area of life, because we have these major success and forward moving. Even with the world, it's in a cycle and a circle, but it's moving on to that next circle, that next cycle. So I hope that helps you this week, Saggy. And thanks for listening, and hopefully see you next week. Bye.